Now we're up to circle graphs, and the circle graph is a visual way of representing data. The whole amount is going to always be 100% and 360 degrees because that makes a whole circle. And when I say 360 degrees, that means the measure of all the central angles added together should be 360 degrees. So this is broken down into sectors, portions of the graph, where basically it represents here, this is 7% of the full amount, that's 40%, and so on. So if I were to look at this graph right off the bat, I can visually see, well, there's more people who like dogs than like cats or hamsters or rabbits. The rabbits are the least popular, dogs are the most popular. So if I want to now figure out how many people said that dogs were the one that they most liked, what I do is I just say, well, 40% of 420 is going to be, I can pull out my own calculator here, because I know you guys can do this at home yourselves. 420, so that's going to be 168. 168. If you wanted to do it the way with solving with proportions, you could do it this way as well. 40 over 100 is equal to, and then we would have 420 as the whole, and x is up here, and you get the same amount, 168. Now, over here we have how many degrees would the essential angle be for the following percent of a circle graph? And the way you do this is you think about 20%. Well, what's 20% of 360 degrees? Again, you could do it the way here, 20% of 360. And that's going to be, you figured out, 72. This one here, 50% of 360. That you should probably be able to figure out in your head. If you ever go skateboarding or anything like that, 180s. And for 90 degrees, it's a little bit harder, but 90 degrees is going to be 0.9 times 360. So that's going to be 324, so 0.9 times 360. And when we get that, we're going to end up with 324 degrees. 324 degrees for that one over there. And for 10%, that one should be easy. That one's just 36 degrees. Now, if you look here, what little kids learn from Cinderella is kind of sad, but a little bit true about Disney movies. But if you look here, it's bad when your parents die. Yes, sad. I should always be myself. I should be grateful for what I have. A princess can come from anywhere, or alternatively, pretty blonde girls always get what they want, and ugly people are bad. Well, I think that that's one of the big messages here. So let's go ahead and figure this out. If this is about 90%, or maybe even 90, well, let's say it's 90%. If I wanted to figure that out, let's even say it's 95%. What's the central angle going to be? Central angle is going to be, I could do it this way or the way up there. I could just do 0.95 times 360, or I could do it this way, which is pretty much the same thing. It's just this times this divided by this. And your answer that you're going to get is 0.95 times, it's going to be 342 degrees, 342. And that's just 0.95 times this, or doing it the long way, 95 times 360 divided by 100. And you end up with our value of x up here. So that's what the measurement of this angle is going to be. Now, central angle is the reason why that's so important to understand is because when you build circle graphs, that's what you need to do. Now over here, how time is spent at Hogwarts. And it looks like there's not a lot going on in Hogwarts. On top of the whole successfully battling vastly more powerful villains without adult supervision and no preparation. That's this here. It looks like maybe even 1% of the time is spent studying. So if we wanted to figure out what the central angle is going to be for that 1%, all we would do is 100 is equal to 360 x. Or I could just do it the other way, which is just 0.01 times 360, which would then just get us the same answer, which is going to be 3.6 degrees. If I wanted to figure out how many hours that is in a day they spend studying, I'd do it the same The part is what I'm looking for. The whole is what the whole is what I have here. 24 hours, so 100. And if they only spend 1% of the time, and if I multiply that out, it's going to be 0.24 hours a day study. Shameful. No wonder they have to study so hard for their finals at the end of the year. So that's it.